people here are quite good-natured and peace-loving. They lead a life that is a real example of unity, peaceful coexistence, and mutual love. A mother adores her children to the greatest extent possible. A father can stick to his son beyond all measures. His emotions towards his son will never subside under the fervent efforts and rush by nations and organizations. All the world's devils and vicious criminals will fall to penetrate the tight relation between the father and his son. The relation will stand against all the false humanitarian pretexts made as a cover for the real intentions of spite, theft, robbery, and human organs trafficking. West Darfur, which lies on the Sudan-Chadian borders, is an area of land inhabited by a coherent Sudanese community whose farms and lands yield crops and products that keep their markets and trades working and enable their schools to receive pupils and learners. The same land had become the site for health centers and units which receive patients and provide clinical treatment and health care. So life proceeds here safely and peacefully with all its aspects of food, drink, education, and health. About 3 kilometers from the Sudan-Chadian border, there is a village by the name Asonga. This morning, life will start a new day in its normal cycle. Today is the weekly market day. The village market day will bring people from the neighboring regions and villages. They come with their trade and will get what they need. They usually spend some time talking and exchanging news. In such borderline regions, the exchange of news starts in whispers in a small circle that gradually starts to widen. However, this time the whole village started to pass the news openly and loud. They started to relate the story of Halloum, the mother who had walked for 25 kilometers to the region of Adari in the Chadian territory to discover that her sons, Hussein and Habib, are not there in the camp where scores of children were gathered on the pretext of free education and health care. The mother, who was 3 months pregnant, was shocked, felt dizzy, and collapsed. Her 3-month embryo was aborted due to the shock. The shock of discovering the most repulsive and mean crime committed by the first world human being against the third world human being. My name is Halloum Musa Haroun. I had heard that the children will be taken to receive free education in Adari. I took my 2 children to register them. They took them, and I returned home. I came again to inquire about them, and I was told that they were registered. When I came again to see them, I was told that they were sick and were taken to Adari for treatment. When I came again, I was told that the treatment was not finished yet. A few days later, I was told that the Frenchman took him to Abashi. I was so alarmed that I went to Abashi. I was pregnant for 3 months, but it was aborted. Then the shocking and exciting details started to show up. They started to tell about the crime of the century, about the campaign of the slavery and trafficking in human beings. We step aside here for the culprits to speak.
Cela fait maintenant 1 mois que l'Arche de Zoé s'est installée à Abéché. Depuis la mi-septembre, comme ce soir-là, des groupes d'enfants arrivent au centre. Des employés tchadiens de l'association sillonnent la région frontalière avec le Soudan, à la recherche d'orphelins du Darfour. Des chefs de village remettent les enfants, une promesse de vie meilleure, ici à Abéché. On ne leur a jamais précisé la destination finale.
The French Archidizoy organization had actually started activities in East Chad since September 2007. It started under the name Save the Children. It opened offices in several regions in the Chadian borderline villages and started to gather children in Adari region in East Chad. This was done by abducting children or tempting their families through agents.
People who went there stated that some men coming from Abashi told citizens that a school was established to teach children, and that anyone who wants this should go there to register their children. Some people actually went there. The young son of mine went there with his elder brother to get registered, and they were both held there. These girls were taken from Altina while I was away on my cart in search of wood. I came back after a week and did not find them. I was told they were taken to Abeshi by the Christians. I came to Abeshi and took them back. Their mother had died and I brought them up myself. It is only today that I met them.
My children are three, Hamza, Ali, and Ahmed. I was out, and when I came, I did not find them. I asked their father, and he told me they were taken to school. I do not know anything about that.
I have two sons, Al-Fadl Jum'ah and Al-Tom Jum'ah. This organization said they will take these children to teach them Quran and Arabic. A man called Hashim met with me there and told me to come later on to register the boys in Adari. I went there next morning together with the boys to meet them. He told me to go back and he'll do the job of registering the boys because he belongs to the same village. He came 5 days later and told me that they want to meet the father. I went to meet them. There were 5 people with Hashim, and I was the 7th. I asked them about the study, and they told me that the children will be taught Quran, Arabic, and French. I told them that Quran and Arabic are okay, but there is no need for French. I came 5 days later and saw my children and returned for the Eid.
Aisha Abdurrahim Muhammad. She knew the truth after she sent her daughter Noura Abbakar. The development that took place aroused doubts and suspicions in her. They told me they will take my daughter for free study at the school. I agreed and allowed her to go to Adari. 6 days later, I heard they took her to Abashi for medical treatment. I told them I shall not allow her to go to Abashi. I prefer to have her study at Adari schools free of charge. I went to those responsible in Adari and asked for the return of my daughter, Noura Abbakar. They told me she was in Abashi and that they will bring her after 3 days. I returned 3 days later, but she was not there. They told me they will bring her tomorrow, Thursday, but I told them I will go to Abashi myself and bring her. I actually went there and brought my daughter. The organization with its senior leaders make up their false story and propagate it among the innocent and naive citizens. Can we believe that the organization will establish a khalwa and provide 70 slates to teach the Holy Quran? They told us they will establish a khalwa to teach the Holy Quran, Arabic language, and French. The abducted